of Lotus Riché Ignite Show, bringing you realness, authenticity, and unparalleled wisdom from top leaders, business professionals, pioneers, and everyday people. Thank you for joining us. Have a great time during the show. Hello, and come on in and get in where you fit in, because this your girl Lotus Riché on the Lotus Riché Ignite Show, and I've always got room around my table for you, your friends, and your frenemies. So come on in and get in where you fit in. Tonight we've got a fabulous show for you tonight. We've got Mr. Dreadhead himself all the way from Chi-Town. That's right, and he's going to be in the house with the get out, having a yeehaw good time. Why? Because he is that cowboy, and he's making a difference in lives of people, not just in Chicago, but all over the world. And you have the amazing opportunity to be a part of that tonight by taking a ride on the cowboy side, right? So if you haven't already, go ahead and share this out far and wide. Let people know that you're in the right place at the right time to learn something new about you and our upcoming guests. And so many of you are joining us from all over the world. We'd like to invite you to let us know where you're coming in from. We want to shout you out. So when you leave a message, make sure it's a positive message. And if you have any questions for our guests, don't forget to go ahead and let our guests know. And let's just face it. A lot of times people, they want a change in their life. They want to do something different. They want to be something different. And they want to have a difference. They want to make a change. Well, tonight we are going to talk about being the difference or that the city needs. We've heard it said that it takes a village to raise a child, right? Well, guess what? How do we raise a city? Many of us live in the city. Now, if you live in a city, put a C in a comment. Go ahead and put a C in a comment. Some of us live in a suburb. If you live in a suburb, go ahead and put an S in a comment. But whether you live in a suburb, you live in a city, you live on a remote island, oftentimes there's some changes that needs to be made. And most of the time it's changes for the better. So tonight I've got a phenomenal guest with me, and you are going to have a fabulous time. And so again, I'm inviting you to be innovative, okay? Think outside of the box, right? Do something different. Do something better today than you did yesterday. And you know what? I know it takes resilience. I know it takes consistency. I know it takes an innovative mind. Well, guess what? Mr. Dreadhead Cowboy himself is going to talk to you about some innovation. And he's going to talk to you about how to be the difference the city needs. Your city, maybe not where you're living right now, maybe where you grew up at. But there is a difference, and there is a difference to be had. And so come on in and get in where you fit in. Share this broadcast with somebody tonight. And I'm going to give you guys 30 seconds to start sharing your love. Here goes. Go ahead and share your love, because we got the Dreadhead boy cowboy tonight. Oh my God, it's going to be awesome. You got 18, 17, 16 seconds to share your love. Tag your friends in Chicago and let them know to come on in and get in where they fit in with the Lotus Riché Ignite Show. Doing it right and keeping it tight. Come on, y'all. All right. I love that. So I hope you've shared. And when you share, let us know where you're tagging people. And that's right. Let us know where you're tagging people, and especially you folks from Chi-Town. So if you're ready to start the show, go ahead and put an S in the comment below, and let's get ready to start this show. Here goes.
Hold your horses and make way for Chicago's Dreadhead Cowboy, Adam Hollingsworth. Although dubbed the troublemaker in his teen years, this dreadhead cowboy wasn't deterred from being the free spirit thinker he has always been. His love for horses gave him inspiration, and now he is making a difference in the city of Chicago, one horse at a time. Let's give a shout out for Yeehaw, the Dreadhead Cowboy, none other than woo, 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 Adam Hardsworth.
Hey, go crazy, bro.
Only here tonight on the Lotus Riché Night Show. Woo woo!
That's what I'm talking about. Welcome to the show. How you doing?
I love the intro. I love it. I love it.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to have you here. I'm so delighted to see the work that you're doing all around the world. So we gave you a wonderful intro, but I'd like for you to tell our audience all around the world a little bit more about who you are, where you're from, and what you do. They know you're from Chi-Town, but give them a little more secret sauce, okay? Go ahead.
Okay, I was actually a city boy. I went to alternative grammar school, a bad boy school, what y'all would call it. From my grammar school to my high school year, I always been the person that did something different. I wasn't the person that followed the leader. I was actually the leader, and even if me being the leader by myself, I was always the leader. I wasn't too quick on gang banging. I never smoked. I never drank. Me growing up, I was been the trouble kid. Everybody in the neighborhood thought I was gonna be dead in jail when I got grown. But if you look at me now, I done made a whole 360. Like a lot of people are proud of the person I became. I get a lot of support from a lot of people that watch me grow up in the community. Out of all my friends that I grew up with, I want to say either most of them dead or in jail. So it's like for me to be one of the ones that supposed to be dead or in jail to escape that curse that they put upon me. I'm actually pleased, and it motivated me to drive even more and fight more for our future, our kids, because the way these kids are growing up, it's like they don't have a chance like we had growing up. So my whole thing is to give them a chance, opportunity to live their life to the fullest.
I love that. So I'm gonna come on back in here with my guest, with our guest, folks, with our guest. So give them some love. You talked about resiliency. You talked about being innovative. You talked about being consistent. And all of this is necessary for people to really be the difference the city needs, or the town, or the suburb, or the workplace. I'm a military girl, or the military. And you said that when you were coming up, that people thought you were a troublemaker. You were staying in some stuff. But look at you now, because to some people, you might have been a statistic in their mind, but you're not. So what made you decide to come on the Ignite show? Because we like to get stuff ignited over here. What made you decide to come on the show tonight to talk about this topic? Because people talk a good game, but you walk the talk and talk the walk. You are being the difference that the city needs. So what made you want to come and really talk about it? Because, it's challenging.
I'm actually anything that's positive and actually on the same fight, on the same battlefield I'm on the same side, I'm always with supporting and to get my voice heard, to get my motive out, because my platform ain't your platform. And your platform ain't my platform. So it's like we can get our voice heard by working with other people. People is afraid to work with other people.
Right.
Right. I love to work with people that's actually doing better than me, because it actually motivates me to do better. So if your platform to help me get my voice, my mission, my goal heard, why not?
Exactly. I love it. And I'm super happy that you're here because you are doing something that's different, that's innovative, that is helping young kids. And we talked about this when we met. You're doing something that's helping kids that's never even seen a horse before, that's never ridden a horse before. You're bringing them up close and personal with it. You're letting them know that, hey, there's more to your community. There's more out there for you, and you're helping to expand their mind. So what took you to the horses? Because I know we talked about the horse thing, right? So what got you started wanting a horse, and how did you get your first horse?
Okay, my uncle Bopper, Eddie Thomas, he basically put me around my first horse. I want to say in 2013, I think I was about 25, 26. No, 2013 was that almost what? Almost 10 years ago.
Uh-huh.
So I want to say I was 24 years old. I had got shot. I got shot in 2013 in the shoulder, and I was at my lowest. My lowest when I say I didn't care if I'd have died. I didn't care if a person put the gun on me and they just shot me. I didn't care because I was at my lowest. I didn't care about, like, I didn't have a place to lay my head. My car was in the shop. Like, I didn't have nothing going for myself. And my uncle invited me to come out to be around the horses. And well, I didn't know the horses were going to be up there. So when I came up there, I thought we should get on a boat. But when I got up there, they had some horses up there. And man, I never in life seen a horse in real life. Well, I seen a horse in real life, but from a distance, and a police was on top of a horse. So when I got the opportunity to like touch a horse, and then they let me get on top of the horse. And when I got on top of that horse, man, I got shot right here in my shoulder, and I had a bullet still lodged up in me. So when I had got shot, I didn't care about a lot of stuff. But when I got on top of that horse, I forgot everything that was going on. I forgot everything I was going through. It made me feel like a whole different person. I feel like a superhero.
Wow.
Like, for real, like it made me forget what the real issues in life that I was dealing with. And the minute I got off that horse, not right away, but when I left, my problems started coming back. I started to remember, dang, this and that, and this. So I told my uncle, like, listen, we got to get us some horses.
Yes.
So me talking to my uncle, I was just talking, just to be talking and just have a conversation. And he was for real, but I was for real, but I wasn't. Because I ain't had the money to get no horse. We talking about a horse. What's called what? Thousands and thousands and thousands of bazillions of dollars?
Yes.
That's what I'm thinking. They called $1 million a horse.
Right.
So when I went to my Uncle John one day, we was talking, and he was like, nephew, I thought you said we was going to get us some horses. Me just entertaining the conversation. I'm like, we ain't going to get something, man. We're going to get our money up in this. He's like, man, I got 5 horses. I said, you got 5 horses? Okay. So when I get my money right, I'm going to give me one. He said, I got a horse you could buy right now. I'm like, how much? He said, for you need $800.
Wow.
I had $600 in my pocket. My last $600. I'm like, can I give you this and we even? He's like, no, you can owe me $200. So I gave him my last $600. He let me owe him $200. I never even seen the horse. I just know I own the horse now.
Wow.
When I went out there to see my horse, there was 5 horses out there. All of them ran to me. I'm like, oh my God, they like me. This is my horse right here. This is my horse. Nah, that ain't your horse. Look, I picked the prettiest one. That ain't your horse.
No, that's the $25,000 horse. No, you got the $800 horse.
That's exactly what it was.
Yes.
I get to point at all the horses. He's like, no. That's my horse back there, the little one. That's your horse. But if you spend time with it and spend quality time grooming, brushing manes, and feed it like you're supposed to, your horse will look like this.
Wow.
Say less. I YouTube. I started buying everything this horse needed. When I say a month later, my horse will look like his horse.
So let's do this, because you just hit on something that We talk about you become what you think about. That's basically what he was telling you. If you could think about having a horse like this is a $25,000 horse. You bought an $800 horse. But if you use your mind, if you control your thoughts, you can control your life. Okay? And what you think about, you can create.
Right.
Right? And so that's what you did.
That's what happened.
Bravo to you. Bravo to you. So let me ask you this. When you got the horse, okay, this happens to us a lot of times. We worried about what the theys are going to say, okay? And what we become is what we think about. So then we attract all this negative energy. But what were you thinking about when you first got the horse? Did you think about, oh my God, what are people going to say? What am I going to do?
When I bought the horse, I couldn't wait to go on the block. The whole thing, I couldn't wait. I never rode the horse. I never rode my horse. I was just grooming it, make sure it was okay. Never rode the horse till like 6 months later, and I got invited to the Black Cowboy. They had all the horses came out. Mm-hmm. I wasn't excited to go to that because everybody got horses there. I'm not excited. I want to go to the block. So I asked my uncle, can I take my horse to the block? Uh-huh. He's like, why you asking me? That's your horse. Still not believing I own a horse.
Right. That's because maybe you couldn't fathom it, because let's face it. The average person, I think, that wasn't raised on a farm or wasn't raised around horses and stuff like that, we're not thinking about, oh, I'm own a horse. Now, I've ridden a horse, but I never owned a horse. Okay, so we're not thinking about that. But you ventured out. I always tell people, think outside of the stratosphere. So was that outside of the stratosphere for you?
Yes. A lot of people are afraid to be different. I'm not afraid to be different.
Yes. So I want to reach over to somebody in our audience. And first, I want to thank all of our viewing audience. Thank you for being here tonight. If you just joining us, we have none other than who? The amazing Dreadhead himself, Chicago's own, right here with us. Okay. And he is here talking about being the difference. We have to be the difference the city needs. And you might be saying, Lotus, how can you be the difference the city needs? You can be the difference by doing something different. Okay. And so I'm going to go and grab a comment. Hey, Angie, we see you. We thank you so much. Kim Jacobs. Hey, Kim, good to see you. She's all the way from the Kim Jacobs show up in NC. She said the horse changed everything. Right? Tell us about that. How did the horse change your life, your family's life, and people around you?
Well, when I first got around the horse actually taught me how to love. Like a lot of people don't understand this majestic creature. Who could not love this beautiful, big, innocent creature? When I got the horse, anytime I brought it around somebody, it'll change a whole environment.
Yes.
It was one time I went to a repast. Mm-hmm. They just lost somebody to an accident.
Yes.
They asked me to bring the horse through. When I came back there, the energy back there was down. Like when I came back there, everybody was crying when I came back there. But I promise you, when I got back there, them was happy tears I seen. Like it was happy tears. They was happy to see the horse. They actually not forgetting in a bad way, but to forget what they was dealing with, the emotional. It was happy joy because they brought something that we're not used to seeing. This not a normal thing. A horse in the hood.
Yes. A horse in the hood. Y'all heard that, right? A horse in the hood. So people gonna look like, what? So I'm hearing that the love that this horse showed changed the energy, brought about joy. And so because you brought the horse there, you were bringing joy. So now we calling the horse, okay? So folks, I know y'all want to know what the horse's name is, right? And we're not going to tell you right now. We're not going to tell you right now. We want you to help us out. We want you to help us out. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come right back, and we want y'all to guess what the horse's name is. Put it in the chat. If you guess the right name of that horse, you might just get a Lotus Riché Ignites cup, okay?
If I'm a part of that, guess, can I be a part of that?
Yeah, no, you're going to get a cup anyway. All right, so y'all guess the name of the horse, and while we're on this quick break, go ahead and tag a friend and tell them to come on in and get in where they fit in, because we always got room around this table for you. And so go ahead and tag your friends while we're taking this quick break, and go ahead and guess the horse's name. Guess the horse's name. We'll be right back. It is without question that the upcoming event called the Weekend of Enlightenment, hosted by the George Floyd Memorial Center, is a must-attend event as we partner to share the amazing wealth of energy, knowledge, and positive vibes across the planet. Hello, my name is Dr. Lotus Riché, the CEO and founder of Lotus Riché Consulting LLC, and the host of the Lotus Riché Ignite Show. I am partnered and honorably so with the George Floyd Memorial Center, and we are hosting a phenomenal event starting May 25th. It's an online event that you don't want to miss. And we're going even further on May 27th, where we're hosting the charity golf event in Cary, North Carolina. And to sum it all up, on the 28th, we're having the George Floyd Memorial Center Weekend of Enlightenment Conference. It starts at 11 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. And we hope to see you there. So don't forget to go get your virtual ticket on Eventbrite. Look for the George Floyd Memorial Center Weekend of Enlightenment. I'm Dr. Lotus Riché, and I'll see you there. The horses that make way for Chicago's Dreadhead Cowboy, Adam Hollingsworth. Although dubbed the troublemaker in his teen years, this Dreadhead Cowboy wasn't deterred from being the free spirit thinker he has always been. His love for horses gave him inspiration, and now he is making a difference in the city of Chicago, one horse at a time. Let's give a shout out for the Dreadhead Cowboy. None other than Adam Hollingsworth.
Hey, go range, bro.
Over here, tonight, on the Lotus Riché Dreadhead Cowboy, Adam Hollingsworth. Woo woo! I'm loving it. Welcome back. So those of you that might just be joining us from all around the world, welcome back to the Lotus Riché Ignite Show. And I have none other than the man with the plan himself, all the way from Chi-Town, Mr. Dreadhead Cowboy, Mr. Hollingsworth. Thank you so much for being here. I like the bling on the hat and all of that. And so it's without question that you are changing lives with what you do. So I want to talk about your project, because I know you have a project that's going to change the lives of millions of people all around the world. So I want to know, how long have you been working on the project, and what's been some of the challenges and victories that you faced on the project? Now, we haven't told them what the project is because we owe our viewing audience a name, right? So let us know, viewing audience, what you think the horse's name is, okay? And I love what Kim said. Share this broadcast to open up the thoughts being the difference. Yes, thank you so much, Kim. We appreciate it. And Kim said it's great conversation. And thank you, Angie, for joining us. Thank you so much. And so for those of you that's joining us, I want you to take your phone. Go ahead, Cowboy. Let everybody know in the house. Take their phone, go to Facebook, and tell them to come on over to the Ignite show, because I've got Mr. Dreadhead himself in here, and he's going to share some secret sauce on the horse's name. So go ahead and share your secret sauce and let us know what the horse's name is.
The horse's name Prince.
Prince. Like, maybe I'm just like my mother.
Yes, Prince.
So Prince is the horse's name. And what made you name him Prince?
Actually, my uncle named him Prince.
Yes.
I was gonna change the name, but he named him Prince because of Prince, the singer. So I show respect to my mom because I love him dearly, and he was actually a father figure to me. So.
All right, fantastic. And that's your uncle, Mr. Thomas, right?
Yes.
All right, fantastic. So a special shout out, and thank you to Mr. Thomas. We appreciate you, Uncle Thomas, for what you've done to help your nephew be the difference the city needs. So when we say that, and thank you, Prince, because there is a love connection there that you share with us. There's a love connection there. And so when you take Prince somewhere, Prince is sharing his love because you're giving him love and he's giving you love back. So we're going to jump back to this question because we want the secret sauce on the project. What project are you working on, pray tell?
My goal is to build a barn in the inner city. I feel like that's something that we don't have in the inner city. We have to go, as of right now, we have to go to the south suburbs, in a suburban area, just to be around horses. That's why when it comes down to actually get around a horse for a person that actually grew up in a city, it's not common. So I'm trying to bring something that's not common because it actually changed my life.
Awesome. I love that. And so what made you want to build the barns in the city other than, you're doing something that's uncommon, but you shared with me before about the children. So tell me a little bit more about that. Why is it so important for children of every ethnicity to have access to horses?
Because I look at life today, I used to be them kids. That used to be me. All what them kids doing today, I didn't been there, done that. I just never killed nobody. I never sold drugs. I never drank. I never smoked. But I just stole cars. I never gangbanged.
Right.
But I carried guns just because my friends did it and like to fit in. But other than that, we're not used to being around something as far as a horse. And I feel like this horse showed me how to love. It made me view life different. When I'm with my horse, it actually, I feel like I don't have no problems in the world. Like I've been all over Chicago, all over. We talking about neighborhood that is real violent. The neighborhood that y'all scared to go to. I'd have been through them neighborhoods. Them guys that y'all look at as killers and gangbangers, and I didn't put them on my horse, and they didn't forget that they was at war. They forgot all about the ops just because they was on top of that horse. They was a 13-year-old kid again. It bring the kid out of you. A lot of people don't understand that. So I feel like if that horse could do that, why not try bringing it to the community?
Exactly. And it's without question. If you look at NIH News in Health, they have an article that was done back in February, actually 2018. And they talked about the power of pets, health benefits of human and animal interactions. And what they shared was that there is about 68% of U.S. households that have pets. But who benefits from the animal? And what type of pets bring health benefits? Many, many different types of pets bring benefits. They help relieve stress. They help people overcome illness in many cases. And it's without question. And now I want to pay honor to where honor is due. I'm going to share something to the screen, and you can go and take a look at this, because I like to give statistical data, but I like to let you know where it's coming from. So here, I'm going to add this. So this is where it's coming from. And it says that interacting with animals has shown to decrease levels of cortisol, which is a stress-related hormone, and it lowers blood pressure. And other studies have found that animals can reduce loneliness and increase feelings of belongingness, basically. Because let's face it, during the pandemic, if you will, so many people were by themselves. You know, they didn't have anybody. But animals has been shown to increase feelings of social support. And also, like Mr. Dreadhead himself said, when he took this animal around ex-gangbangers or current gangbangers or children or lonely people or older people, young people, people at funerals, they felt joy. They felt joy. And so this is one reason why it's so important to make that connection. And this project that he's endeavoring to do in the heart of Chicago, building these barns, if you will, is that right? Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
Okay. This will be life-changing to all people in that community, people around that community, people in other states, and even people in other countries. And so what is it going to take? What is it going to take? Okay. How are you facilitating this event for so many people?
It's gonna take money. It take money. I'm actually working on ways to make the money. I'm actually doing a Kids Lives Matter fundraising tour. I'm hitting 10 states up, and inside the 10 states, I'm hitting about 1 or 2 cities up in each state, trying to raise the money so I can bring back to home, bring the money back home. And
Right.
Basically, I want to meet up with some community leaders and activists that could actually illustrate something that the kids can be safe, something that's free, something fun. We need a safe, free, fun zone for the kids. So when I come through, I would be able to teach the kids what they need to know about horses, let them ride,
Yes.
tell them like the proper way to saddle a horse up. Anything they
Yes.
need to know about a horse that I know, I'm gonna teach them kids that. And I feel like that would be a good thing for these kids.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And you know, it's even been shown that children that have sometimes cognitive or behavioral situations or dysfunctions, sometimes animals bring about such peace and harmony. So it's a way of helping them heal from the inside out. Excuse me. But like you said, it takes money. And so we're calling on community leaders. We're calling on people all around the world to help. You don't have to be from the United States to help. Okay. We have a very large audience. Okay. And speaking of audience, hi, Alexis Isaac. How you doing? We're happy to have you here. Hi, Cheryl Manette. We're happy to have you here. Hi, Dorothy Mae Ross. We're happy to have you here. And of course, the networking ninja herself, Tandra Price, she's here. And Angela Elton is here. Angie said, I like that, thinking outside of the stratosphere. Well, thank you so much. And she said, hashtag horse in the hood. Hashtag horse in the hood. Look out for that, right? And so she also said Prince in the hood, because those that might just be joining us, the horse's name is Prince, and none other than Mr. Thomas, which is his uncle. Antoine's uncle actually named the horse and actually helped him to get the horse. Okay, so Tandra says, yes, animals are people's best friend. You got that right. So knowing that it's going to take money, you are not a man to sit down. You are doing Kids Lives Matter tour in 10 cities. So can you tell us about a couple of these cities? and how we can bring you to our city.
And I'm actually going to do multiple tours, but my first tour going to be in Midwest. I'm starting in Indiana, Detroit. I want to say Kentucky. I want to say North Carolina. That's off top. That's all I can remember right now. But Ohio, and a couple more that I can't remember right now. But the list is on my page. So.
But that right there, that's a great start. That's a great start. Indiana, Detroit, North Carolina, Ohio, and many others. So that's a great start. So when you go to these places, do you already have people that you're connected with that's going to help facilitate, pay for your hotel stay? Pardon me, you have a barn.
That's what I'm working on right now. I got an RV that I actually putting together. So the fund, some of the funding will go toward gas, food and water for me and Prince. I'm not gonna worry about hotel because I got an RV that actually I'm putting together, so it could be ready for road ready, oil change, tires, insurance, the whole 9 yards. So it's definitely gonna be something that I need a lot of community leaders from these cities that I'm going to connect with them so they could put together this, what I'm looking for. I feel like it's for the kids. I feel like it's something worth it. Like,
exactly.
It's worth it. The kids are our future, and I feel like it's worth it.
Exactly. And I agree. Kids' lives matter. And this tour is going to take off initially in 10 states, like he said. We need those of you in leadership. We need those of you with a platform. If you got a show and you want to have him on, connect with me, connect with him. I'll get the message to him. If you call him, because his phone gonna be ringing off the hook and you can't get him, call me and I'll make sure you get with him. We're calling on people all around the world to help in this initiative. If this resonates with you, if you believe that Kids' Lives Matter tour is important, where he's uniting kids with these wonderful animals, where he's setting up these barns right there in the inner city, really, right? So that inner city kids can have the same advantages that children who live on farms, who are accustomed to being close and loving and being in harmony with these precious animals, can really witness. So we know you're going to have a tour. We know that you need community help. We know that the tour is going to start in the Midwest. We know that Indiana, Detroit, North Carolina, Ohio, and we know it's going to take place in Chi-Town, right? Because we got some Chi-Town folks in here. Dorothy Mae Ross, right? She got the front porch show, okay? Dorothy Mae Ross, she says, I'm a Chicagoan. Great information. Cheryl Manette, all the way out of New Jersey, she said, animals can aid in miraculous healing of humans, right? Angie said, that's an awesome concept. And Cheryl said, such an amazing endeavor. And yes, it is. But here's the thing, folks. We need you. We need your help. We need your support. We need your resources. We need your connections. And any level of help will work. Bring them on your show. Send them a donation. Help them out. So we're going to take a quick break and we're going to come back because I want some secret sauce. I want to know about the studio. Now, y'all might be saying, what you talking about? About the studio. I know that you were in the studio tonight. You know, Dread, I told you I always have the secret sizzling sauce. I always have it. And I got some secret sauce. So when we come back, we're going to talk about the secret sizzling sauce. We'll be right back.
My name is Shirley Murphy, CEO of Global Label Event and Business Magazine Vim, and I'm so honored to be a partner at the George Floyd Weekend of Enlightenment event. We are coming together with the family of George Floyd who have decided not to become bitter victims versus a change to lead individuals and communities from perpetual trauma to becoming transformational advocates. Now, the Weekend of Enlightenment is going to be empowering, uplifting, and the beginning of a catalyst to lead individuals and impact lives Christ in the communities that we seek to serve. So join us and let's make a difference in our world. Thank you.
All right. I'm loving it. So if you're just coming on, let us show you, let us tell you, let us greet you with our guest tonight. If you don't know who he is, it's all right. It's time for you to get right and tight. Just look at this.
Hold your horses and make way for Chicago's Dreadhead Cowboy, Adam Hollingsworth. Although dubbed the troublemaker in his teen years, this Dreadhead Cowboy wasn't deterred from being the free spirit thinker he has always been. His love for horses gave him inspiration, and now he is making a difference in the city of Chicago, one horse at a time. Let's give a shout out for Yeehaw, the Dreadhead Cowboy, none other than woo, 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 Adam Hollingsworth.
Hey, go crazy, bro.
Over here tonight on the Lotus Riché Ignite Show.
Whoop, whoop. And we are back. And listen, I have none other than Dorothy Mae Ross, the CEO of Porch Talk Live Worldwide. She said she would be glad to have him share his vision. So she wants to see you on Porch Talk. All right, fantastic. I'm loving it. That's some secret sauce. That's why we share that secret sauce. So thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And so if you got a show, you got a platform, it's time to share your love and show your support for none other than Mr. Adams Hollingsworth, Chi-Town's very own Dreadhead Cowboy. So before we jumped off, folks, we talked about some secret sauce. You know, we're almost at the top of the broadcast, but I can't leave without some other secret sauce. Now, a little birdie told me that you were in the studio. The studio. So I want to know what's going on in the studio.
Well, I got a lot of supporters that tell me that I'm like a superhero. I'm a hero. I'm a superhero, and it's like it'd be funny because I be looking like me. We talk about me, like I never thought I'd be a person that people look up to, a public figure, and it's not just in my neighborhood. It's not just in my city. It's across the United States.
Right.
So for me to reach so many people from doing something that I love to do, I'm like, why not put together a theme song? I heard every superhero needs a theme song.
Yes.
So I've been in the studio working on a track.
Awesome. So look, when you get this track laid and you release it, please come back to the show. Would you come back to the show? Because we want to play that track right here on the show.
I got you.
All right, fantastic. So look, y'all, if y'all want to hear his track, go ahead and give him some love, okay? Put CB in the track. Well, put D, C, B. Dreadhead Cowboy. We don't want just any cowboy, not that we don't love the rest of y'all cowboys and cowboys.
Y'all.
But this is for Mr. Dreadhead Cowboy himself. Put that in there. So Angie said, oh yes, theme song. And she said, it's important to have role models from our neighborhood. And so let me ask you this, because a lot of times when we come along and we may have had a couple of scrapes, you know, been in some trouble or what have you, a lot of times people may not look at us as role models, but you have become a role model. And I think you've learned from your scrapes. So how has that, learning from your scrapes, doing some of the things you've done, you've transformed your life. So how has that helped you to become the role model that you are? And do you see yourself as a role model?
I see myself as a role model because I've been through a lot in life, especially a Chicago city boy, and being black at that, growing up in Chicago, dealing with the police. I feel like I'm trying to make sure that the youth don't have to go through what I've been through. So I try to get them outlets. I'm trying to bring resources into the community. That's something that we don't have resources in our community no more. And I feel like if we get more resources in our community, we'll have a better outcome when it comes down to our youth.
Right. And I love that. And I love that. So let me say that it's without question that role models come in all shapes and sizes. Yet the strongest and most prolific role models are role models who's been through some things. Role models that has faced adversity, that have faced challenge. Okay? And you're doing that. You're turning the world on its ear, because not only are you saying, listen, yeah, I had some scrapes, but this is what I'm not fitting to do. I'm not fitting to lay down and do nothing.
Right.
I'm about to get on my horse and I'm going to show you that kids' lives matter, because I'm going to do this 10-state tour.
Right.
And then I'm going to do more states. And then I'm going to do some countries, because I'm bringing about a consciousness. So I want to thank you for being a role model. And I want to know, what's next? What's next for you?
The next thing is basically I basically, my focus is the kids, our future, because I look at it like this. Like we always focus on our kids. We don't think about other kids because they're not our kids. But we got to understand that somebody else's kid affect our kid.
Right.
That kid could make encounter with our kid, and basically we're going to say harm our kids. So my thing is to bring more resources into our community to make sure that our kids, I'm going to say our kids, I ain't going to say just my kids, our kids to have a better life. Because
I love that. Mm-hmm.
I feel like a lot of people don't think about that because it's not happening to them. But when it happens to them, that's when they want to say something about it.
Right. And see, I like what you said earlier. Somebody else's kids cause something to happen in the lives of our kids. And so it takes that village.
Yes.
But it takes that city too.
Hey.
That city, that village, that suburb. It takes every kind of people. So I love what you said. And you said your focus is the kids, to take care of the kids. And so many of us have been so far removed from really taking care of the kids, but we got to get back to it. So Dorothy Mae Ross said, theme song that you will be known by when people hear it. Yes. And Miss Cheryl said, absolutely. And she said, be steadfast and ride on out. Now, I remember when I first saw you. Now, she said, ride on out. I remember when I first saw you, the police was stopping you for riding your horse. Okay. Tell us about that. How did that make you feel? Because here's the thing. They couldn't stop you from riding that horse. There was no law that prevented you from riding that horse. So how did it feel to know that you knew the law, that you were helping to make a change? And I saw a lot of people in the community coming up saying, leave that man alone. He's doing good work out here. How did that make you feel to know your community is behind you?
like a lot of people that don't like the Dreadhead Cowboy, they say a lot of bad things about me, but the community don't lie. The people don't lie. You can't hide that. If you ain't doing something in the community, it's gonna show. But if you're doing something in the community, it's gonna show. So when the officer got behind me, not knowing the law, not knowing that horses was the first form of transportation before there were cars, they didn't change the law. They actually fixed the law up so that the horses could have the right of way over pedestrians and cars. Horses have road rights. A lot of people don't understand that. So when that officer got behind me and illegally detained me, I was angry, but I didn't let it show.
Right.
I could have handled the situation a little bit better, but I felt like I handled it real good for the first encounter of that situation.
Yeah, you stayed. I would have never known that was your first encounter, by the way. I would have never known that because you stayed composed. You didn't cause problems, but you did cause that officer to really look inside himself, because when you told him the law, he was oblivious to the law. And that lets us know that we have to able our law enforcement with the knowledge that they need to uphold the law and enforce the law when it needs to be enforced. But like you said, horses were the first mode of transportation. I got transportation, right? But horses were the first mode of transportation. And a lot of people don't know, I wasn't even aware that, you know, there is a law that make way for horses on the road. If you out there in our viewing land, if you knew that there is a law that allows for horses to be on the road, go ahead and put a number 2 in the comment block below, because I sure didn't know that until I met with Mr. Dreadhead Cowboy himself. And so Angie has a comment. She said, everyone in the community affects the community, whether negative or positive. If we want positive change in the community, we must contribute to change. Hello. And it takes time, it takes support, and it takes money. And I see the fabulous Camille is here. And Camille says, I love riding, and you keep on riding and making a difference in your community. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so we need all of you, people you know, to show your love and show your support, because it goes back to he's focusing on the kids, you know. And if we don't make a difference in the kids' life, someone is going to affect them maybe in a negative way. And it takes money, you know. So we need the community leaders to come out and help. So he's going to start his tour. His first tour is going to be in the Midwest. He's going to hit places like Indiana, Detroit, North Carolina, Chicago, Ohio. And if you want to bring him to your city, feel free to go ahead and connect with him. You can connect with him directly. You can go right to his Facebook page, where he's got a little over 36,000 folks following him, right? Let me see if I can close that down so they can see the big page. But this is where you need to go. Kids' lives matter. Kids' lives matter. He got 39,000 followers. Don't just be a follower, be a doer. Be someone that's helping support him. You can send him a message, you can follow, and okay, I'm following. Join me. I double dog dare you to go over to his page after the show or while you're on the show, if you can do it, and follow him. Leave him a message, show your love, and show you some support. And so right here, when you go to his page, okay, I'm going to bring us back in the feed as well. When you go to his page, what I'd really, really like you to do, if you would for us, go to his page. This is the link. You can grab that link, and I'm going to put it on the opposite side of the show. I'm going to put it in the comments. Grab this link and go ahead and show him some love. Now, do you have a YouTube?
Yeah, it's Dreadhead Cowboy also.
Okay, so you want to go to Dreadhead Cowboy and check him out. on YouTube. Right there. It's right there. There's his link in the chat on the comment side. Check him out. Check him out, and you'll be happy you did. So, with no further ado, again, I want to bring you back to the show. We want you to come back, share that new song that's going to come out. Allow my audience, our viewers, to go ahead and support you in any way they possibly can. So, how can they support you?
They look on my page. It's actually a link on there, basically to help me fund my tour, my first tour. If you go on my page, it's pinned at the top, so that'll be the first thing right there. It'll let you know everything you're trying to do, and it actually let you see the money and what's the amount that I'm trying to go to. If I don't make my fundraising amount that I was trying to reach,
yes,
it will refund you your money. So your money will not be wasted.
Oh wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. So right here, you can go to his page. You can go right down to his category. You can reach out to him. He's got his email right here. You see it right here. You can go ahead and contact him by email. Contact him by email and let him know that you want to support him. And here, it's right here in the comments. So you don't have to think about it. You can be about it. And I see you, Darla Bannerman. I see you. She said, DCB, continue being a trailblazer. Yes, yes, yes. And go right here. That's his email. Check him out. Connect with him. And he'll further tell you about how you can donate to this amazing movement. Okay? So, with that being said, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back. And we're going to hear his words of wisdom, his final words of wisdom for the show this evening. So with no further ado, we'll be right back to you. It is without question that the upcoming event called the Weekend of Enlightenment, hosted by the George Floyd Memorial Center, is a must-attend event as we partner to share the amazing wealth of energy, knowledge, and positive vibes across the planet. Hello, my name is Dr. Lotus Riché, the CEO and founder of Lotus Riché Coaching and Consulting LLC and the host of the Lotus Riché Ignite Show. I am partnered, and honorably so, with the George Floyd Memorial Center. And we are hosting a phenomenal event starting May 25th. It's an online event that you don't want to miss. And we're going even further on May 27th, where we're hosting the charity golf event in Cary, North Carolina. And to sum it all up, on the 28th, we're having the George Floyd Memorial Center Weekend of Enlightenment Conference. It starts at 11 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and we hope to see you there. So don't forget to go get your virtual ticket on Eventbrite. Look for the George Floyd Memorial Center Weekend of Enlightenment. I'm Dr. Lotus Riché, and I'll see you there. All right, fantastic. And we are back with my homeboy right here in the studio, Mr. Dreadhead himself. I want to give you a couple of minutes to go ahead and take down his information. Take down his information because you definitely need it. So I'm going to give you about 30 seconds. 30 seconds is all you need to go ahead and take down his message, take down his information, rather. It is in the chat, okay? Make sure you do that. Here goes. You got time.
It's time for you to start bossing in social media. For all your social media needs, you come to the right place at the right time to get your website design, database, social media platform, and get the training you need to get in front of the people that's ready to buy your products and services. Let me train you with StreamYard, Zoom, Clubhouse, and much more. And let me help you get your virtual professional, not assistants, because assistants can only assist you, but the virtual professional can give you that professional flavor that you need to expand your reach and increase your revenue. Jump on in and get in where you fit in and start bossing today.
All right, fantastic, fantastic. And we are back, and right down below you see his email. So there's nothing to do but to do what you need to do and connect with this young man. And also do not forget that this is one thing that he's doing for the children. And so for the final words of wisdom for the show tonight, I want to thank you for being on the show. And those of you that's hitting the replay, I want to welcome you to the show. And those of you that's just jumping on, I want to welcome you to the show. Hit the replay. And so for our final words of wisdom for tonight's show, please take notes as Mr. Dreadhead Cowboy, all the way from Chi-Town himself, is going to share his love with his final words of wisdom for the show.
I would say never be afraid to do something different. Since I became the Dreadhead Cowboy, I thought since I was doing so much positive things for the community that no bad would come my way, no negative would come my way. But I learned, no matter what you do, bad or good, you always gonna get the negative energy, the negative if you're doing something positive. Me growing up, I never had no positive role model. My father, he wasn't in my life like that. So I never knew that love that from a man. So I went to the street to go seek that love from a man, which wasn't good because it made me disrespect my mother. It made me didn't respect adults like I was supposed to. But now that I'm older now, I look back at myself now and I see it's never too late to change. It's never too late to look back at your past and laugh at it. I look back at my past right now and it actually makes me stronger. I'm not ashamed of what I did in the past. I'm not wishing that I could change the past because the past made me who I am today. If it wasn't for my past, I wouldn't be the person I am today. I could withstand a whole lot of more than a regular person. To be a young black kid that grew up in the Chicago area, that gangs was in your face, drugs in your face, guns was thrown in your face, and to actually make it past that, it motivated me to make sure that our future, our youth don't have to deal with that. So I look for more people like me. We could say one kid life. That's fine with me. One horsepower at a time. Reach one, you teach one. Cause you reach one and teach that one, they're gonna reach one, and so on and so on. So never give up on your hopes and your dreams, even if people put you down you. If you feel like it's something that's gonna be suitable for you, go with it. Word from the Dreadhead Cowboy. Kids' lives matter. Until we understand that, nothing else matters.
Thank you so much. Woo woo! I was shouting in the back, okay? So make sure you jump on in there with this program. It's been proven that animals help people change their life. And to Prince, we thank you for your contributions to the world. Prince, we thank you for your contributions. And so to our viewing audience all around the world, we see you. We appreciate you, Dorothy Mae Ross. We see you, Kay, from the Philippines. She said, we must not let out past define us. Thank you, watching from the Philippines. Dorothy Mae Ross said, thank you, God. Our past does not define who we will become or how we will serve. And so many of you all around the world, we just want to thank you. We encourage you to connect with him. And so I know some of y'all saying, Lolo, what's your final words of wisdom? My final words of wisdom is almost similar to his. My final words of wisdom to all of you is gratitude. We have to be grateful for the things that we have been so richly blessed to have. Final words of gratitude, you see that? Go ahead and support them. And hey to my mom up in heaven. Mwah. So another thing I would like to ask is, I want to thank you first. I want to thank you for supporting my show. I want to thank you for all the well wishes that you send to me week in and week out. I see you. I'm so glad to have you. Miss Dorothy said, I'm glad we have a young man who cares about our youth. Yes. And Miss Cheryl said, DCB, continue progressing forward. You are in God's hands. And yes, he is. And so for those of you that want to share your final words of wisdom, go ahead and leave a comment. Go ahead and leave a comment. And for those of you that can, go ahead and share your love as you support this channel. You can support us by Zelle. You can support us at Lotus Riché at yahoo.com. You can support us by PayPal or Cash App. And you can show up week in and week out when we bring fantastic people to you, like Mr. Dreadhead Cowboy himself. And he's coming back to share his love with his song. So make sure you come back for the song. I'll keep you guys posted. So for the final words of wisdom, I look forward to seeing you on my show tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, I've got a wonderful show. If you are having some trouble in your finances and you're wondering how in the world you're going to get your finances straight, well, no need to worry. Just join me tomorrow night on the Lotus Riché Ignite show at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time when our next guest, she is a financial lender. She is a financial professional that will help you understand your finances, help you understand how you can get a loan. Because let's face it, some people are not ready for loans. But guess what? Tomorrow night, when my guest comes on, none other than Ellen McHenry, she's going to ask you, are you capital ready? And if you're not, we're going to show you how. So with no further ado, much love and kisses to you. And so from none other than Mr. Dreadhead himself, the Chi-Town's Dreadhead Cowboy. We love you. We appreciate you. And we'll see you next time on the show. So with no further ado, you know how I got to go out with your intro. Good night.
Ha! Hold your horses and make way for Chicago's Dreadhead Cowboy, Adam Hollingsworth. Although dubbed a troublemaker in his teen years, this Dreadhead Cowboy wasn't deterred from being the free spirit thinker he has always been. His love for horses gave him inspiration, and now he is making a difference in the city of Chicago, one horse at a time. Let's give a shout out for the Dreadhead Cowboy, none other than whoop, 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 Adam Hollingsworth.
Hey, go crazy, bro.
Only here tonight on the Lotus Riché Ignite Show.